You've been waiting to feel ready, waiting until you know exactly how it's going to go, waiting until the path is clear and the risk is low and the timing is right and every single piece is in place before you take one step. And you call that clarity, waiting on clarity. But what if it's not clarity that you've been waiting for? What if it's certainty? And what if those two things are not the same at all? Hey, I'm Tamberly. Welcome to Digital Wellness Journal. And this is episode 2 of the Clarity series. Last time we talked about why clarity feels impossible when your brain is full of everyone else's stuff. And today we're going to go a layer deeper because I think a lot of us have have been chasing the wrong thing and wondering why we never arrive. So let me ask you a question. When you say you want clarity, what do you actually mean? Like, if you close your eyes and imagine finally having clarity about something, your next career move, your relationship, what you want your life to look like, what does that feel like in your head? I'm guessing it feels like knowing, like all the fog lifts up and suddenly you just know. You know you're in the right, you've made the right decision. You know it's going to work out. You know you won't regret it. You just know. You feel it in your bones, right? But that's not clarity. That's certainty. And certainty is not something that you can think your way into. It's not something that just shows up after journaling for so long or doing enough research or sitting with it long enough. Certainty is a feeling of guaranteed outcome. And life doesn't come with guaranteed outcomes. So if that's what you're waiting for, you're going to be waiting for a very long time, right? Clarity is different. Clarity is knowing yourself well enough to make a move even without the guarantee. It's not, I know this will work. It's, I know why this matters to me. I know what I value. I know what I'm willing to try. That's clarity. It's directional, not definitive. It points, it does not promise. And here's why this distinction matters so much for high capacity women specifically. We are wired for certainty. We are the ones who plan ahead, who anticipate, who think 3 steps out so that nothing catches us off guard. That's part of how we hold everything together. But when we bring that same need of certainty into our own lives, into our own decisions and dreams and desires, it seems to become a stall. It becomes the reason we don't move. And I want you to think about a decision you've been sitting on. It could be a big one, it could be small, something you keep saying you'll figure out when you have more clarity. Now, I want you to be honest with yourself. Do you actually know enough to make a move? Or do you know what you want, but you're not sure if it's going to turn out okay? Because those are completely different problems. Knowing enough is a clarity problem. You need more information, you need more reflection, more time to understand what you actually want. That's real and it's valid, and we should honor that, right? But knowing what you want and being scared it won't work, that's not a clarity problem. That's a certainty problem. And no amount of thinking, planning, journaling, or waiting is going to solve it because the certainty you're looking for doesn't exist. And honestly, this is one of those things that sounds simple when you say it out loud. And honestly, it hits completely different when it's about your actual life. So, what do you do with it? You start by getting honest about which one you're actually dealing with. When you say you need clarity, is it true? Or have you already had the clarity for a while and what you're really doing is waiting for a sign that it's safe? That's not a judgment. That's just real question worth sitting with. Because clarity invites you to move. Certainty keeps you still. And you've been still long enough. This week, I want you to take one thing you've been putting on hold until you have clarity and just ask yourself honestly, do I actually know or do I know and I'm scared? You don't have to do anything with the answer right now. Just tell yourself the truth. In the next episode, we're talking about what it actually looks like to get clarity, not as a light bulb moment, not as some dramatic shift, but as a quiet, slow coming back to yourself. That's one, and that's going to be a good one, okay? So, if you want a community of women on this exact same journey, lightening the load and slowly coming back to themselves, come join us in the Prompt to Life. It's free, it's real, and it's full of women who gets it without you having to explain yourself. The link is in the description, and I'll see you on the next one.